Hello, welcome to the Fast and Loose Internet Talk Show. The theme song, I've prepared no topics. Here's the theme song, which is the top staff pick on Epidemic Sound right now.
Oh.
That's dirty.
It's pretty good.
It's like Quarantino light. Quarantino. I meant Tarantino light, but Quarantino.
Quentin Quarantino, bees.
Isn't it a podcast that was just made?
Yeah, I think that's what's in my mind. It's like I saw it, which is clever.
Our film. Shut up, theme song.
Okay.
Well, that was this time's theme song. We'll see what it is next time. My guests are Sofia Hariz
Hello.
and two other people.
Nice.
I'm
Kyle Bosman.
Jessica Lynn Verdi.
I thought for a second.
I thought we're doing Verdi now.
Are we
It's
Verdi or Verdi now?
We're Verdi now.
Why?
What?
You reverted to Verdi?
It's always been Verdi.
It's been
No
Verdi
way.
like dirty or nerdy.
We had this conversation before.
I
Yeah.
say
And
Verdi.
the conversation, exactly, is that you are closer to the probably correct pronunciation in Italy. The Americanized version that we have always said is a Verdi, which is why Jessica Nerdy, that I've just changed my name to, is actually a rhyme. And
Right.
so,
I remember it was like Dirty Birdie at one point.
yeah, it was Messica Dirty for a while. I thought it meant Birdie.
Right. It was Messica Dirty.
That's what it
Messica
was.
Dirty.
Yeah.
And then my brother would text me once a week and say, Jessica, that's not a good brand.
It's never too late to change how you pronounce your last name.
What do you? What can
Have you
okay,
changed
wait,
how
hold
you
on,
pronounce
hold on,
yours?
hold on,
Yeah.
hold on. Wait, this is so important, Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
How do you prefer my name to be pronounced? Don't think about it. Answer the fucking question.
No, it's however you like it. We'll just
No,
do
I
Verdi.
really want to know because I've never liked my last name. I'm really asking genuinely.
I think Verdi is cool.
Jessica Lynn Verdi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's have a vote.
I say, yeah, I agree. I mean, I feel weird because everyone pronounces my name wrong, my last name wrong, most of the time. So I don't like when people decide
Don't
what
get
my
it right.
name is. Oh my God. People say Hariz when it's Harris. And so it's like, I get it, but also, shh. So I'm going to say whatever you want. But if you want what we want, then I guess it doesn't matter.
So little context.
Mhm.
That last name is technically the family name patriarchally, and I might have said this before, but it's my grandfather's name on my father's side, but he was technically a bastard. The
Oh.
man left like a year after he was born. That was his biological father. And then my grandfather moved out on his own, at 17 or something, met Father Verdi, and took his name because it was like the first man that he had met that was like a father figure. So when my grandfather died, he took whatever the real last name was with him. And so I didn't know that until maybe 10 years ago, but I never felt like this was my last name. And that was a kind of reason for it.
Similarly, my ancestors on my mom's side back in Norway apparently were the Vestergartens.
Vestergartens.
But one of them got knocked up by this guy Hans Hagen, and then he bounced. But then she named the boy Hans Hagen after him, and so then my mom's line had Hagen as the last name.
Wow.
So yeah,
So
stolen lineage as well.
23andMe has been revealing,
The bastard line.
well, yeah, a lot of bastards, like where sisters would have children with the same man because like it was hard to find husbands. So they would kind of share the husband, and that it just was quiet. But now you can't deny that with like doing genealogical things.
So can we find Father Verdi and how people would pronounce his name?
Father Verdi.
I did not realize this is what everyone has done.
What?
With the names. It's just a little overwhelming. Are you also ironically joking? Is there nothing in your cup and you're just making fun of me?
No, there's coffee in here.
Okay.
Hold. I don't want to spill, but
Spill it.
here we go. There you go.
I saw it.
Okay,
I
okay.
saw
a
it.
little bit of coffee.
Okay. Oh, you're a black coffee drinker.
Mm-hmm.
I finished my Soylent already. And
Oh, it disappears.
I got my customary Soylent tummy ache.
I'm so perturbed
This
by
shit is
the
trash.
name alone. That's what I mean. Like, why would you name it Soylent if we have a context for what Soylent is?
On purpose, to make people talk. It's like how they made the PS4 or the PS5 controller white to make people go like, ew, and talk about it. Same thing.
Yeah, that's probably
Is that what they
exactly
did
why.
with? That's what they did with Sonic when they gave him weird teeth.
Yeah.
So I assumed that Soylent was just a word before the movie and before this product.
It may as well be, but there's still context.
I don't
Do you know
know.
what I mean?
Like kombucha.
Like the word bitch means female dog, but I'm not going to name like my computer the bitch system unless I want to elicit, bitchiness.
You know what? That's a fair point.
A friend of mine who worked in Japan for a while said his favorite men's business casual clothing store was called Little Bitch. And I was like, I want to shop at Little Bitch.
I would walk in that store for sure.
Absolutely.
What did you end up naming your computer instead?
Oh, it's the TARDIS.
Nice.
Okay.
Kyle, that's from Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did I just lose you, Kyle?
You lost me too.
I'm out. We're out of here.
Yeah, we're out. This was fun though.
Okay, see you guys.
Actually, my MacBook Air was the TARDIS. This one has not received a name, though. So sorry that you're being so mean to me, Kyle. I do have a Box Peak sticker on front and center on my laptop.
Well, let's group source it. Let's name your computer right now.
Okay.
I don't
Father
name.
Verdi.
I don't name stuff
Yeah, I don't name stuff either. I didn't know that was a thing.
because I'm not a fucking idiot.
Whoa.
You're forced to. You have to give it a name. It's your computer has a name whether you decide to change it or not.
Yeah, it's desktop VR2563 or whatever.
My iPhone is iFunky and has been since I had a first iPhone.
My phone is Ian's Android.
What an asshole. You're such an asshole today. Yeah, how do you date him?
Fast and loose, you stupid garbage.
I'm garbage! What on earth is happening?
I'm
You
just
haven't
kidding.
had human contact besides your roommate and you're just evolving.
I know. Omar and I got in a big fight last night.
Did you?
No.
Not really.
Oh.
Omar, what do you think? He's busy.
Because you guys are fighting.
Sophia, what's your computer's name
I think it's just Sophia's computer.
and your phone?
Sophia's Android.
Yeah.
I mean, I could rename it right now, though.
Okay.
I mean, I could do something.
How do you name? Where do you?
Yeah, I don't know. How do you name your?
I just feel like every time I'm starting up a new product, it's like, what is
I
my
was talking to
name?
you.
And then I spend, it's like a Pokemon. I spend a long time thinking about its name.
See, I don't really name my Pokemon either. I did this time around, but usually not.
You can't name the Pokemon because then you don't know what the Pokemon are called, and then nerds like Kyle are like, "You don't know Vaporeon," and I'm like, "No, because I named it Sally or whatever."
Very, very important question.
Uh-huh.
What did you name the first horse that you tamed in Breath of the Wild?
Ooh, those horses I did not name.
I named
What, you
it.
just horse number one? You never named him? You have to name him.
What
You
did
know what? I
name
can
it?
check right now. I can check right
Please
now.
do. Please do.
Okay.
I don't
okay.
have that game anymore.
Why not?
I gave it to someone.
You don't have it on your cloud?
Yeah, I had it. That was like one of the few cartridge games I ever had,
Oh, sure.
and yeah.
I never got that far because I didn't like Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
You didn't get as far as the horses, Sophia?
I just
She
not my
doesn't like
style.
elves.
It's not just that I don't like elves.
Well, that's
It
a
was
big
that I
aspect
get.
of it.
That's
Honestly,
a big.
I get that.
Yeah, it's a big, but also just not my game. Not
Sophia,
my. Yeah.
what mystical creature then do you relate to?
Ooh. Well, do you mean like a Lord of the Rings? I mean, that's the only one that matters.
Well, no, like, so take D&D, for example, or like mythical creatures. Some people have fairy elements in them. I would say I'm mermaid-esque and elf-esque. Do you think, you know, are you, I don't know, nymph-esque or?
I don't think I've ever thought about that.
So then we're in different worlds, you and I.
I'm trying to think about like Magic the Gathering. Like usually my tribes are just boring.
Wait.
Well, actually, I do angel decks, so I guess
you could be a sorceress. I see sorceress in you.
You like Harry Potter.
That's what I'm saying. There's like a richer magic maker.
Oh, I took that personality test that went around. That weird, like with the I got Dumbledore, so I guess
Don't do those. Those are mining for data.
Yeah.
Let him have it.
Let him have it. I don't care. It's fine.
Who did I get? I got what's her name from Pride and Prejudice.
Are you serious?
Which I haven't read or seen.
It's gonna be the next book I read on my Twitch.
I got kind of sad about mine, to be honest, because I've been a Slytherin my entire life, basically. Mm-hmm. So I was certain I would get Snape, because that's me. I'm Snape. I'm always related to Snape.
Keira Knightley.
So I was like, Dumbledore?
Lizzie Bennet.
Elizabeth Bennet. 81%.
You know, Dumbledore, in my opinion, in certain hot takes of that book, he's the villain.
That's true. That's true. He has some evil in him. That's probably why.
No, he's just dumb. He's like literally dumb.
Well, it's like endangerment of children.
Well, like, tell Harry the whole book 5 didn't need to happen if he was honest with the fucking child.
But then it wouldn't be a story.
No, it's I gotcha. But
you know, the real villain was J.K. Rowling all along.
Honestly,
that's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Well, no, I can't forgive her, right? Like we tried to like put it aside all of her negative opinions, and now it's just unforgivable.
Nah, she's done. Unforgivable. Remember those old videos?
Yes!
Hey, Sophia, I'm wearing your sweatshirt.
How dare you?
Aha, I'm stinking it up.
Why are you wearing my clothes?
I haven't showered in days. I don't give a shit anymore.
That's the highest compliment.
My God.
When you like how someone smells, that's like chemistry for days, baby.
No, she yells at me all the time.
Well, I don't yell at you, but you
about scent.
Yeah.
No, not really. I mean,
does it smell good or bad to you, Sophia?
Good, fine. Except
Are you lying?
No, here's the thing. I do sometimes if it's been like a week. I'm like, girl, this is time. It's time.
Yeah.
Well, that's different. That's stank.
Yeah. That's stank.
That's the thing. So like,
that's some stank right there.
Scent, no, but stank. I'm like, yo, because I shower like twice a day, except for this quarantine where
stank. Yo.
Okay, I may have said this before too, but apologies. I had a lover once that tasted so good to me that I could lick his sweat. That's chemistry.
Yeah.
But like in sex.
Did you just use the word lover?
Yeah.
Well,
you're like a 45-year-old swinger.
He wasn't very nice to me. He never wanted to be my official boyfriend, and what was great between us was sex.
Honey,
so
that's just called a man.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
All right, I found my horse's name.
Okay.
Ruji. R-U-J-I. Ruji.
I love that. What's that mean?
I mean, I just give things names, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Here's half a Bender. Do you see? Oh, if I lean forward, because my hair is the same color as Bender, I can make him appear or disappear.
Kyle,
by leaning my hair.
One of your like superhero skill or superpowers is naming things.
Yeah,
you know that about yourself.
Mm-hmm. It's something I put effort into. You practice something like that.
You think so? Because I feel like it just come to me, and I'm not half bad at it. That was such a weird humble brag.
No, because you put practice in. You've put practice in.
How?
I don't know. I feel like doing improv.
I do
know. Storytelling.
And actually, okay. So here, just in fairness, the first thing I ever named, I was 4 years old, and the name came to me immediately. And this is the story verbatim. We're walking away from the VFW home. Oh, just shut the fuck up for a second. So, and we're walking away from like a Christmas celebration, visiting my great uncle that was in World War II, and this cat comes up to me, and it's like, it's over immediately from the moment that the cat steps up. And I go to my mom and dad. I said, his name is Sax. He'd like to come home with us.
Sax.
He named himself. The name was there. I looked at the cat. That was the name.
Sometimes you see a cat and you just know. Apparently, when I was like 6, I was at my aunt and uncle's lake house. I mean, they just lived on a lake, and I went missing. So naturally, they feared the worst. They thought I had drowned. Not so lucky though. I had just wandered off to the neighbor's house, and when they arrived, they heard me talking to the neighbor lady, and she was like, "Oh, what's your name, little boy?" And I was like, "Bucky." Don't know why. Little 6-year-old just telling lies to old ladies.
Bucky. What a cool name, too.
Yeah, Bucky.
Good name. I used to think my name was Sofa.
So
every time I'd write my name, I would just write Sofa.
How cute.
I forgot the I. It was a hard time for me.
Well,
so
there's no
cute.
I in sofa, like the saying goes.
That's true. That is the saying.
Funny
Speaking of
story.
naming animals in games, when I played Harvest Moon for the first time, I named like all my chickens and cows after like my siblings and family members. And then I accidentally killed Vinny the cow, which was my younger brother's name, and I could never do that ever again. Because then I had like a gravestone of my brother's name in my game. It was very perturbing.
You didn't learn the lesson of Oregon Trail.
I know. I wasn't ever
age.
allowed to play. Like all the kids would like hog it during lunch, and I just wasn't cool enough to like get in on the game.
Yeah.
I ended up doing an Oregon Trail improv show that was fun, but yeah, I was like a little bit of a loser.
No.
Relatable.
So there's the cool kids are playing Oregon Trail during lunch.
The kids that I wanted to hang out with, or
Got
like
it.
that.
Cool
There
to
were
you.
there were hierarchies, and you're exactly right. There was, but at like 3rd grade, maybe that's the cool kids. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, they get to play the computer. They know how to play Oregon Trail.
And cool kids at that age don't seem to need food. You know, you never see a cool kid eat. It's weird.
Yeah.
You do see them walking around though in like packs and
They're
herds.
in little packs, yeah, because they're really stupid and insecure and shallow.
Followers. I was never a follower. I was always friends with the people that people didn't want to be friends with.
I feel like I had such a weird like junior high school experience, because junior high and high school, the beginning of high school, it was kind of like what I see here in America, like popular kids and then this group and then this group. Last year, we were all just friends hanging out. It was so weird. We were just all chilling.
If you ask me, I think our media, like as long as movies have been made, well, let's say like the 80s and stuff like that, they perpetrate the cool versus nerdy to the point where people like, if they didn't know what to identify with, they now do. And so they're just reenacting what they're seeing in movies over and over again. I have
a theory. I have a theory about this, and I think it's because most writers are losers.
Yeah.
And so they're just bitter losers who like just weren't able to find success in high school, and so they just write the way that they saw it. And then the people who had healthy high school careers are just having healthy, nice lives, not being writers.
I have another counterpoint.
Okay.
Well, it's like a add-on. I think the losers flourish and get that movie, and then the cool kids actually just peak and like are kind of done at a certain point. Like that does happen.
Getting a movie isn't success.
What?
It's the first step towards ruin, usually.
Yeah.
My dad would say after the internet started taking off, he's like, the nerds won. The nerds won.
Was your dad like a jock or something?
He's such an asshole.
He's an asshole?
Yeah, I can't talk to him.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Okay, we talked about this before. His bravado, his identity was his strength, masculinity, and misogyny, which was very 80s, 70s in New Jersey.
Nice.
Yeah, very cool. That's what I was raised by.
New Jersey's where you came from?
He came from there, and then they jumped around, but the last settling place was New Jersey. So there's a lot of Jersey in that side. We would spend a lot of time there as kids.
Are you from here?
Yeah, I'm a Angelino.
Nasty. Nasty. Sophia, still when I drive by that Sofa King store or whatever, I always think it says Sophia. So that's funny that you used to write sofa instead of Sophia.
Yeah, it was. Those were the days. Sophia King.
Are you
Sophia.
a Cancer, Kyle?
Sorry?
Are you a Cancer
No.
Okay.
Keep guessing until you get it.
on Society?
Well, yeah, that, yeah.
Maybe.
So what are we gonna ask Sophia?
Are you genuinely excited for Overwatch 2? What is your
Yes.
enthusiasm level for that sequel?
Yes, because 1 is so broken now that it can't get. Here's the thing, though. I am iffy about like the story aspect of it,
What's
because
broken about?
What?
What's broken about 1?
I mean, it's always unbalanced, and the way they try to balance it is to ban heroes every like week or whatever, and it just feels very like weird. And I feel like it hasn't been balanced since like Anna came out. That was the point where it was like balanced, and then all these heroes come. Every time somebody comes in, I felt like there's always like the meta is so powerful that even trying to play something else is kind of like, okay, whatever. Like there was this point in time where it's all just shields and all just nonsense. And I'm like, it's not fun anymore. Sure, banning a hero, certain heroes, but it's you draw luck, but like, okay, you ban Mei, the game is automatically funner. The fact that you had to do that makes it feel so broken. So I'm like, the same heroes will probably return. I'm not sure how they're gonna.
She's in that trailer.
I know she's back. I have fun playing her, but I feel guilty, and the fact that I feel guilty for playing certain heroes, like that's how broken it is.
Does that happen in other games? Does that happen in like League of Legends where they're like, hey, we're just gonna, you know what, we can't figure it out. This character's banned.
They
I
definitely just they have so many that there are some they probably just like don't put in the cycle very frequently or something.
I mean, I feel like with Overwatch, this might be wrong. It's just my personal opinion, but I feel like mechanics made like certain mechanics that were introduced so much, like stunning people and all the shield stuff. Like there's too much of it now that it's not fun. Like when you're just constantly shooting a shield, like what fun is that?
I just want headshots.
Yeah, well, and not just that, yeah, but that too, obviously. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a healer and I too want headshots. But if I'm just Mercy just pewing at a shield, it's not gonna.
That's why we all got to get dank at Valorant.
I mean,
Are you watching Valorant?
No,
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna play it and be horrible at it and play it like 4 times and then stop forever.
I mean, I hope Overwatch 2 will be good because I like the characters. I like playing it usually, unless you just I just play quick play because I can't do. Like I got punished so bad because my internet broke down when I was starting doing like the placements, that my placement from years ago is so low that I don't want to grind up from that terrible position. But also like, yeah, I don't know. I hope they fix stuff. I think right now they're in a weird spot where like they're working on 2 and 1 at the same time, when I kind of feel like just leave 1 behind. Like you released a new hero for 1 now, Echo, and she's overpowerful and it's a whole thing. Honestly, just leave the fire to burn and then focus on fixing this thing.
Why are they so bad at that?
Bad at what?
Introducing a new character who's like too strong and then they're just like, okay.
Well, I mean, when it comes to PTR, it's like, sure, we're testing it. But like, I think...
Sorry, what is PTR?
So that's the test realm.
Test realm.
The test realm, yeah.
Got it.
So you play there, and then like a week or 2 or whatever later, she's introduced, or the character's introduced in the actual game. And it's like, usually, sure, they make some tweaks, but there's still going to be tweaks down the line. And it's, I don't know, like it's that weird thing of I love this game so much, but I hate it. Because there's so many things where I wish like just a little tweak here and there and things would be so much better. But instead they introduce to competitive, we're going to ban these things so these metas can't exist. Meanwhile, I'm just playing quick play and suddenly it's like, we're going to have 3 shields and a bastion. Have fun. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's
Is Bastion, he's the big knight who also has a shield, doesn't he?
No, he's the little robot guy who sits down and just shoots everyone.
He becomes a turret.
He becomes a turret, yeah.
Got it. Yeah, I've seen his Lego set.
You're thinking of Reinhardt, maybe?
I was thinking of Reinhardt.
Reinhardt is fine. He's a good character. He's
Reinhardt
fine. He's not
fine.
overpowered.
I think the success of Overwatch is I know a bunch of the characters for a game I've never played.
Because the shorts are so good.
Yeah. And I mean, the character designs are good.
Which
They're
character
great.
wears shorts?
Tracer.
Tracer wears shorts? She's got like leggings on.
Yeah, she has shorts in her running skin.
Oh.
I've seen her running skin, obviously. So
Kyle
yeah,
likes the running skins.
I mean, I like the characters on like, I mean, here we come again with diversity. But it is really nice to see a character and be like, yeah, she kind of looks like me. That's new. Haven't seen that before. You know, like for me personally, I thought it didn't matter to me at all. Like most of the characters I grew up with and that I still love and relate to are white dudes, and that's fine. But it is a certain feeling when I'm like, wow, this character, like Farah from Overwatch, she's half Egyptian, half Native American. They have a mixed race woman. That's pretty cool. I can relate. Like, even though there's no story or no anything, I'm just like, it's cool that exists. And I can look at her and be like, yeah. And that's something they did well. And so it's like they're doing so much right with that. I feel like they should just, I mean, are they making a show? I think they might be making a show.
They're probably making a show.
I think they're talking about making a show. And I'm like, that's so much better because you got all these great characters and you're just not doing anything story-wise except...
I would watch the show.
Yeah, me
even
too.
if it's just Winston.
Yeah.
It had
just
better
him.
be just Winston. Mostly Winston.
You don't want anyone else.
I mean, they're all great,
But,
I think. But
we got to have Hanzo because he's so hot and sexy. And Widowmaker, you know,
Hanzo's so
for the
hot right
ass. Yeah, because the men in the game don't have asses. They're just flat.
Ooh, like
Very
Marvel
exciting.
Ultimate Alliance 3.
It's very... Hanzo doesn't have an ass.
in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, the men don't have asses and the women have asses?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Pixar movies, there's a meme that I've seen a few times where it's like, hey, Pixar, are you a boob guy or an ass guy? And then it shows, like, all their characters have, like, giant butts and are, like, really skinny up top and then just, like, and I'm like, oh, yeah, they kind of are.
Wait, who?
Mrs. Incredible,
Yeah.
a couple characters in
birthing. She's like, that's a mom.
Onward. Yeah, she's got birthing hips for sure.
Those are mom characters that have the bigger hips, usually.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
is Frozen isn't Pixar, is it? No.
But
Whatever.
there's not. But also, there's no boobs. There's no butts in that.
Nobody has boobs, but you can draw like a female silhouette, I think, with big hips, and no one's gonna bat an eye. But if a kids movie came out with like a very buxom lady, I think people would be like, well, hang on.
Yeah.
Tifa, by the way, is ridiculous. It's kind of ridiculous.
Who?
Tifa in Final Fantasy VII.
Oh.
Not complaining. I'm just saying it's a little absurd.
So what would you do with that? I think it's an interesting situation, right? You have to end the polygon somewhere, right?
Yeah.
You have this original character design where, you know, it's her breasts are 3 times larger than that.
Yeah.
So it's like, where do you...
Yeah, they definitely toned it down from the OG one where her breasts were 70% of her body.
Mm-hmm.
But now they're still like a little absurd. I don't know.
I feel
It's
like-
fine. Like people like
I
that
mean-
exist and it's whatever.
Yeah, like women are allowed to have big breasts without being sexualized. I think it's more like what are they wearing, right? Like what clothes are you putting her in? Are they clothes that fit whatever circumstance she's in? Because like a normal woman wouldn't walk around, you know, I don't know, like you see like zombie apocalypse or whatever, and it's like, hey, I'm just gonna wear like short shorts and a tank top.
She's
Not
wearing
sure they would.
She's wearing a mini skirt, suspenders, and a white midriff tank top.
Yeah, see, people wouldn't like. I think it's the thing of I'm not asking all devs. You know, we talk about like women and like how they look in games and stuff. They can still have big boobs and like be skinny or whatever you want it to be, like the original. But it's all about like, would a normal sane person wear whatever, you know? Like, sure,
Well,
some people wear crazy things for crazy events, and that's great. But if there's like an actual life and death situation, I would assume that you would wear something. The first thing you would grab, you know, would not be.
What's
whatever.
funny in Final Fantasy VII, and no spoilers, like I'm only like an hour or two in, is that the main characters all are dressed in a certain way. Yeah, that's about right. The main characters are all dressed like characters in a Final Fantasy game, and everyone else is just wearing normal clothes. So, like, very, very early in the game, everyone in the city's like, oh, this place was attacked. Who did it? And then this group of like video game characters with like gun arms and giant swords runs by, and no one is like, it was probably them.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know much about
ridiculous.
Final Fantasy, but I would think like if I were to design whatever, and they're like, here's this original model, and she looks ridiculous. I think my first reaction would be like, okay, we're gonna make her look dope as hell. She's gonna wear something that's probably more dope than you would use in the situation, but like, would it be practical or natural or, you know, whatever?
She definitely...
So, I mean, her occupation is bartender, which I think is cheap, right? Because then you can justify her wearing anything.
Yeah.
I feel like because she's a fighter, I think shorts would be cool.
That would be
Instead
cool,
of a mini skirt? Yeah.
Yeah.
And she
like
like
Lara
kicks
Croft.
and stuff.
Yeah.
It might
so
be
like
skirts. I don't know.
It's cool they gave her like a sports bra top. That's kind of cool. That's practical, right? That's
She definitely has a sports bra under her white tank top too.
Well, that looks like a guinea tee. I'm allowed to say that because
that's not the actual in-game
That's
model.
some fan art.
How do you spell her name?
Tifa.
Just Tifa.
That's not the in-game model. It doesn't look right.
That's some DeviantArt.
I'm looking it up. Let's see.
In the game, she
okay.
definitely has like a black sports bra under her white
Is this
wife beater.
I mean, man,
Yeah,
she's
that's
sexy.
her. That's her
Ooh.
for actual.
I mean, the suspenders I don't get.
That's like an anime thing.
Well, I was rewatching Fifth Element the other day, and boy, she shouldn't be running around in straps and bandages, but by it being the future and everyone wearing interesting things, it's kind of forgivable, or it's acceptable what she's wearing because that's the world she's been born into again, you know?
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, I
everyone
love...
in that dress is nuts, and I think that's kind of my thing. Is like if everyone else in Final Fantasy was dressed like cool Final Fantasy characters, even the normals, it would be way less weird. That these also like the main characters seem slightly bigger than normal humans. Like all the normal humans seem like miniaturized almost. Kyle, have you played it at all yet?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, like you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, well, Cloud's he's a special human.
Well, yeah, they're all special humans, but like, I don't know. It's just fun. And I like, obviously Final Fantasy VII, like all the characters, it's not just Tifa, like everybody is like, an extreme in some way, Like
Okay,
Barrett
here we
is
go.
gigantic.
So narratively, I feel two ways about this. Okay, this is a topic I struggle with. Okay, so this idea that there are unimportant people, like in an RPG, a Japanese RPG, where you're going through a town and everybody just has no face, and sometimes they're just bodies, right? So narratively, it's a good idea not to focus on those people because you want your audience to just focus on your main characters, and these people are important. But I kind of just don't like the idea philosophically that they're just humans who don't matter, who are less important than you are, who don't have their own stories. And so like thinking of people as NPCs, I think is sad. And so, yeah, I don't know which way to go with that, but definitely in Final Fantasy VII, there are clearly just people who are not important.
But it's funny though, because in Final Fantasy VII Remake, there are cutscenes where these things talk, where like the characters interact with them. Mm-hmm. Like in the train in the beginning, and like a couple of guys in the, like there'll be cutscenes where you like have a conversation with a nameless, boring entity, which I thought was interesting. Like I didn't expect even that,
It helps make them a little more human, you mean?
Yeah. But it is kind of funny where it's like, yeah, they're basically just like robots repeating the same 3 dialogue lines as you run by them. It's funny because, I mean, I'm loving. It sounds like I'm complaining, but I'm really enjoying Final Fantasy VII so far. But it is definitely. I have to put on my like, this is a game from '97, like, mindset, because there are a lot of little things in this game where I think if this were a modern game that wasn't based on a huge pedigree, people would be like, "That's weird. That's kind of weird." Like,
what kind of things?
Like the NPCs, like just faceless, weird-looking normal things, like. A lot of cognitive dissonance, like ludonarrative dissonance in this game, where it's like the thing I talked about before, where it's like, who blew up the thing? It's like, obviously these 4 people right here that look like they just blew up a thing. Like,
right, there
so
should
obviously.
there should be more people with gun arms.
Right,
So
right.
the bear isn't the only human with a gun arm in this entire universe.
In the entire game, yeah. And
Yeah.
it's just like, stuff like that is definitely like, you gotta give it a little bit of leeway for being a remake of a super old beloved game.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, this is one of my favorite games of all time. So it's like, you know, obviously I'm not trying to shit on Final Fantasy VII, but it's like, it also has a funny, like, there's like an earnestness to it that I think is both time and maybe that it's a Square RPG or something, but like a Western game wouldn't be so like whimsical, I think, as this game is. It definitely has like heart in surprising ways where like side characters will just say something really sweet and like it feels, you just have to like put your brain into the like, okay, this is just like a funny, like sweet world that sometimes veers incredibly dark. It's such a fascinating game. I'm really enjoying it.
I'm gonna cut my own hair soon.
Oh yeah.
How much? Like this much to here?
Oh god.
Give yourself like a DeAntword like weird ass bowl cut with
Oh
like
my
the
God.
shaved
Oh my
bangs.
God.
Yeah.
No. Well, I mean, I'm in a unique position where like I can't really color my hair other than like a somewhat normal color for my career, but I'm thinking I have an opportunity to like do like fun colors, so I'm gonna try and dye it blonde so I can do rose gold, and then I'm gonna cut it back to short-ish.
What color would hurt your career?
I can't have non-human colors,
Okay.
but I know your feelings on my hair color in general. So
Do you?
What are his feelings on your hair color in general?
It's not normally achievable. You said this before.
I've said this to you. Your hair color is not normally achievable.
It's not a normal hair color. It's
That's not a feeling. That's just what I said about your hair.
Well,
He feels very strongly about this.
Well, you also brought it up in something else you did. Like, girls don't have natural hair color. Like,
No, that was a bit. You gotta.
But how am I not supposed to conflate the two?
Because I was putting on a voice.
That's his bit voice.
So I thought that was incredibly funny to say.
there.
Okay, I think it's funny the idea that there would be this person where his friends leave the room and then he turns to the camera and does a rant about hair color. I think that's very, very funny.
And then you brought up a similar point about my hair color. So,
Okay.
what's the art and what's the truth?
There's truth in all the art.
That's what
No, I think anime hair colors are cool.
Do you think my hair color's anime?
No.
It's like normal adjacent.
Yes.
Normal adjacent.
Yeah.
But now
looks
I'm
like-
really fruity.
I'm trying to think of like what to compare it to. It's like
A summer rose.
it's like a summer rose, or like you fell into like
No.
a pool of blood,
What?
or like
Yeah,
an
you fell into a
apricot.
pool of blood.
You fell into like a bunch of mashed apricots.
Blonde. It's blonde. It's like.
But there's a
China.
little red, you know? It's like washed out blood.
There's just some violence to it.
Yeah, there's violence to your
No.
hair.
I think it's more like Black Widow in Endgame when she had that like fade,
There
that
you go.
the middle fade.
Although her hair is indicative of someone who isn't taking care of herself. So
No,
100%. She's depressed. She hasn't updated her hair. It's not like a purposeful style. It's I'm gonna eat.
well, I
cheese
mean-
for the next 3 days.
we don't know. Maybe the snap made so all hairdressers just disappeared, right? So maybe nobody could.
Very well possible.
Maybe she's just sitting there like, my favorite hairstylist like got
Well, that's
snapped.
what
What
I'm
do I
saying.
do?
Dennis is like 50-50, evenly balanced, but also all hairdressers.
I don't have any hair. I'm gonna do this to all of you.
Totally tracks. Totally
Yeah.
tracks.
So like, who knows? Also, I thought it looked kind of dope, but you know.
Oh, I'm just saying. I'm just
Probably because I've never dyed my hair. Well, that's a lie. I dyed my tips green once, but I hated it, so I cut it off.
When?
Oh my god, college. Just
Why?
I was like, screw it. I was like, I've never dyed my hair in my 20-something years at that time, so I was like, let's do something. And like my other friend got like streaks, and I was like, just a little bit right here.
cute.
And then I bleached it, dyed it green, and then I hated it and washed out after like 3 washes, so it was just blonde. And I was like, no. Just
I think
stop.
you should do it again.
No, well, now I can't because I don't know how to dye my hair.
Do the Bootylicious pink where they do it on the tips.
I used to dye my hair, the tips of my hair back in the 90s.
I used to dye the back of my hair black and then the top like red.
I've done that. I've done the under dye thing.
Just like a contrast in a nice way. But it's not too different from that.
I stopped messing with my hair though.
What about you, Kyle? You dye your hair?
Never dyed my hair.
You should.
You know what I think would be good for me professionally is dyeing my eyebrows.
What color?
I just hard black, man.
You know, I didn't want to tell you this, Kyle, but I feel like your career is suffering.
Yeah, because of my patchy eyebrows.
Greatly.
Yeah.
You can get eyebrows like my favorite villager in Animal Crossing. He has just these blocks.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Oh, he's
Who's
so
that
sweet.
guy? What's his name?
I'm gonna find him. His name is Joey.
It makes sense why you like
the best one.
Peter Gallagher now, though.
Yeah, I admire his eyebrows.
I got it.
The watermelon guy?
No, the OC guy.
Oh, that guy, right.
I put what is it called? My eyebrows aren't patchy, but they're like...
Yeah, I want to look like that.
Yeah, like Joey.
Oh my God.
You're not far off, Kyle.
Okay.
You can get tattoos under your eyebrows to darken
I use a boy brow from what's the fucking company?
That's
Glossier.
Glossier.
And it's just like you can make it. You don't have to be perfect. You just filling it in.
Yeah.
And now that because I too, if I don't put this on, look a little like one color. Like my expressions fade. Not that I care too much, but it's a simple.
I know eyebrows enhance your expressiveness.
I was gonna say I have a long, extensive eyebrow, two different pens and like gel.
Oh, I just thought that's how your eyebrows look.
Thank you. No, it takes a while. It takes at least 3 to 4 products to get this done.
Wow.
Yeah, I have very patchy brows, but
that's a compliment though. That it doesn't look like that. My mother shaved her eyebrows off in high school because that was the style with her friends.
No eyebrows?
Whoopi Goldberg.
She had a lot of Latina friends, and they were doing the pencil in.
Oh, okay.
And her eyebrows never grew back.
Wow.
Oh, jeez. Well, I've got the Soylent diarrhea now, so episode over.
No,
we just